Hi there. In this video, we are going to cover 30 popular interview questions. The first 10 are at a lower level. The last 20 are at the advanced level. We have 2 bonus questions at the end that have been asked regularly, but don't feature on other sites. I will hand you over to our Java expert Nico. Although Nico has a Dodecanese European accent, fear not as he speaks the Queen's English perfectly. Over to you, Nico.
Thank you, Josh. We will start with beginner-level questions and end with advanced-level questions. Beginner-level questions. What is Java? Java is a high-level object-oriented language that is designed to be platform-independent. It was created by Sun Microsystems, now owned by Oracle, and provides a write once, run anywhere capability, meaning that Java code can be compiled into bytecode and executed on any platform that has a Java virtual machine. What are the main features of Java? Platform independency. Java code is compiled into bytecode which can run on any platform with a compatible Java virtual machine. Object-oriented. Java is based on the principles of object-oriented programming, emphasizing classes and objects. Strongly typed. Java enforces strict data typing, which helps catch type-related errors at compile time. Garbage collection. Java automatically manages the memory by reclaiming memory that used by objects no longer in use. Multithreading. Java supports concurrent execution of multiple threads, facilitating better resource utilization. Exception handling. Java has a robust handling mechanism for handling runtime errors. Class libraries. Java provides a rich set of class libraries known as APIs, for common tasks, making development more efficient. Security. Java has built-in security features that protect against unauthorized access and malicious code. Portability. Java's platform independence makes it suitable for a wide range of devices and environments. Explain the difference between equals and dot equals in Java. This is particular to comparing strings. The equals operator checks for reference equality, meaning it compares 2 variables referenced to the same memory location. The dot equals method is used for object equality comparison, which is typically overridden in classes to define meaningful comparisons based on content. This is what we use for strings. What is the difference between an abstract class and an interface? An abstract class can have both concrete methods with implementations and abstract methods without implementations, while an interface only contains declarations. A class can extend one abstract class, but can implement multiple interfaces. An abstract class can have fields, these are variables, constructors, access modifiers, while interface can only have constants and method declarations. What is the Java Virtual Machine, JVM? The JVM is a crucial component of the Java runtime environment. It interprets Java bytecode or just-in-time, compiles into native machine code for executing on the host platform. This enables Java's platform independence by allowing Java programs to run on any system with a compatible JVM. What are access modifiers in Java? Access modifiers control the visibility and accessibility of methods, fields. Java has four main access modifiers: public, accessible from anywhere; protected, accessible within the same package and subclasses; default, accessible only in the same package; private, only accessible in the same class. Explain the concept of multithreading in Java. Multithreading is a concurrent execution of multiple threads in a single Java program. Threads are lightweight sub-processors that share the same memory space and resources. Multithreading allows more efficient utilization of the CPU resources and can improve the responsiveness of applications. What is the difference between ArrayList and LinkedList? ArrayList is backed by a dynamic resizing array, allowing for fast access but slower insertions and deletions. LinkedList is implemented as a doubly linked list, providing efficient insertions and deletions but slower random access. What is exception handling in Java? Exception handling is a mechanism to deal with runtime errors and exceptional situations in Java programs. This involves the try, catch, finally block, and throw keywords to handle and propagate exceptions, preventing program crashes and enhancing robustness. Here is an example of a try-catch block. You put your code that you expect may throw exceptions inside the try block, and if any exceptions are caught, then they will be handled here in the catch block, and finally is used to close objects like connections. What is the static keyword in Java? The static keyword is used to define class-level members, methods, fields, nested classes that belong to a class itself, rather than to the instance of a class. Static members are shared across all instances of the Java class and can be accessed using the class name. Now we will ask advanced questions. Explain the working principles of Java garbage collection. Java's garbage collection is a dynamic memory management process that identifies and reclaims memory used by objects that are no longer reachable or referenced in a program. The key principles are reachability. An object is considered reachable if it can be accessed from a live reference chain. Garbage collector. The JVM garbage collector periodically identifies unreachable objects and reclaims their memory. Different generations. The memory is divided into young generation, where short-lived objects are placed, and old generation for longer-lived objects. Collectors. Different garbage collector algorithms like Mark Sweep Compact, GI, and CMS are used to manage the different generations and minimize pause times. Discuss the differences between synchronized blocks and the Java util concurrent package for achieving thread safety. Synchronized blocks are used to achieve thread safety by synchronizing access to a specific block of code or object. However, they can sometimes lead to contention and performance issues. The Java util concurrent package provides high-level concurrency utilities like locks, semaphores, countdown latch, and concurrent hash map, offering more flexible and fine-grained controls and potentially better performance compared to the traditional synchronization methods. Explain the concept of Java class loaders and how they work. Class loaders are responsible for loading classes into memory. There are three main types. Bootstrap class loader loads core Java classes. Extension class loader loads classes from the extension directories. Application class loader loads classes from the application class path. Class loaders follow a delegation hierarchy, where a class loader first delegates class loading to its parent before attempting to load the class itself. This helps prevent classes from being loaded multiple times and ensures class consistency. Describe the Java memory model and how it ensures thread safety. The Java memory model JMM defines how threads interact with memory during multi-threaded executions. It guarantees certain properties to ensure thread safety. Visibility, changes made to one thread to ensure variables are visible to other threads. Atomically, certain operations are atomic, meaning they are executed fully or not at all. Ordering, JMM ensures that actions in one thread are seen in a consistent order by other threads. Proper synchronization, using synchronized, volatile, locks, etc., is necessary to ensure proper visibility and synchronization of the data between threads. What are functional interfaces and how do they relate to Java 8's Lambda expressions? A functional interface is an interface with exactly one abstract method. They are used to define types of Lambda expressions and method references. Java 8 introduced Lambda expressions, which are concise anonymous functions that can be used to implement the single abstract method of a functional interface. This ensures code readability and enables functional programming constructs. Here is an example of a Lambda expression. You will always find this. Here's a method, and then this looks like a pointer that points to the code inside the method. You always have these braces when you declare methods, but notice there's no name here. So that is what a Java Lambda expression is, or lambdas are. Explain the concept of Java's reflection and its potential use cases and drawbacks. Reflections allow Java programs to inspect its own structure, classes, fields at runtime. It can be used for dynamic installation, method invocation, and introspecting. Use cases include dependency injection frameworks, serialization, and creating instances of classes dynamically. However, reflections can lead to security vulnerabilities, performance overheads, and less readable code. Discuss the transient keyword in Java. When and why would you use it? The transient keyword is used to indicate that a field should not be serialized when the object is converted to a byte stream. This is useful for fields that contain sensitive or derived data that doesn't need to be persisted. When an object is deserialized, transient fields will be initialized to their default values, null, 0, false. What is the Java memory management model for strings, and how can you optimize string usage in memory-intensive applications? Java string pool is a memory area where literal strings are stored to conserve memory. When a string literal is encountered, Java checks if an identical string already exists in the pool. If yes, it reuses that instance. To optimize string usage in memory-intensive applications, consider using string builder or string buffer for string manipulation instead of repeated string concatenations, as the latter creates multiple independent string objects, and this has caused a banking application to crash. Explain the principles of solid design principles and give an example of how they can be applied in Java programming. Solid stands for S, single responsibility principle, SRP. A class should have one reason to change. O, open and close principle. Software entities should be open for extension but closed to modification. L, Liskov substitution principle. Objects of a superclass should be replaceable with objects of a subclass without affecting the correctness of the program. D, the law of Demeter. A class should not have knowledge of the internal structure of the objects it interacts with. Discuss the intricacies of Java's try with resources statement and the auto-closable interface. Try with resources is a Java feature introduced by Java 7 that simplifies resource management. It automatically closes resources like files and streams at the end of a block. Resources need to implement the auto-closable interface, which defines the close method. When the try block is executed normally or via exception, the close method is called on the resource. This ensures proper resource cleanup without the need of explicit finally blocks. More advanced questions. What is the Java Stream API and how does it differ from traditional collections? The Java Stream API introduced in Java 8 is a powerful way to process and manipulate data in a declarative and functional style. Streams provide a way to work with sequences of elements without modifying the underlying data. Unlike traditional collections, which are eager, streams are lazy and support operations like map, filter, reduce, and more. Explain the concept of Java's memory mapped buffer and its potential use cases. A memory mapped buffer is a feature that allows mapping of a region of a file directly to memory. This can be useful for handling large files as it avoids unnecessary I/O operations. It is often used in scenarios like memory mapped database systems or high-performance file processing. Describe the concept of a design pattern. Can you give examples of a creational, structural, and behavioral design pattern in Java? Design patterns are reusable solutions to common software design problems. Examples: creational, singleton pattern ensures a class has one instance. Structural, adapter pattern converts the interface of a class into another interface clients expect. Behavioral, observer patterns defines a dependency between objects, ensuring that one object's state change triggers updates to its dependents. What is Java's NIO, new I/O package, and how does it differ from the traditional I/O? Java's NIO package provides a more efficient and scalable way to perform I/O operations compared to the traditional I/O Java.io. NIO introduces concepts like channels, buffers, selectors, which enable non-blocking I/O and better resource utilization, making it suitable for high concurrency applications. Explain the difference between Callable and Runnable in Java's Java Util concurrent framework. Both Callable and Runnable represent tasks that can be executed asynchronously, but Callable can return a result or throw an exception. Runnable lacks these features. Callable is part of the Java Util concurrent framework and is used with executor service for parallel processing. What is the volatile keyword in Java, and how does it ensure visibility and ordering of variables among threads? The volatile keyword is used to declare a variable as volatile, which ensures that read and write operations on a variable are directly performed on main memory, avoiding thread local caching. This guarantees visibility of changes across threads and prevents reordering of operations that could lead to unexpected behavior in multi-threaded operations. Discuss the Java memory model happens before relationship and its significance in multi-threaded programming. Happens before is a critical concept in Java's memory model that ensures that the ordering of actions in a multi-threaded environment. If A happens before B, any action in A is guaranteed to be visible in B. This relationship ensures consistency and predictable behavior in concurrent programs. Explain the concept of Java Flight Recorder, JFR, and the role in performance monitoring and troubleshooting. Java's Flight Recorder is a feature in the Java virtual machine that collects data about the behavior of a running Java application. It records events related to memory threads, CPU, and more. JFR can be used for performance analysis, profiling, and diagnosing issues in production environments with a minimal overhead. Explain the concept of Java's class data sharing, CDS, and its benefits in terms of startup time and memory usage. Class data sharing is a feature that allows multiple Java processors to share read-only memory segment containing classes and resources. This reduces memory usage and improves startup time, as commonly used classes and resources are loaded from the share archive rather than being loaded individually for each process. What are the main methods of the Java object? This is a very important question. You will always find this in interviews. There are a lot of them, so this will take more than one slide. ToString returns a string representation of the object. Equals compares this object with another for equality. This is what we use in strings. To compare one string to another, we use the equals method. Hashcode returns a hashcode value for an object as an int. If we want to identify that two objects are of the same class, we will call the hashcode method and compare the results of the two objects. If they are the same, then they are instances of the same class. getClass is used to return the class that represents the runtime class of the object. Finalize. This is called by the garbage collector before an object is reclaimed. This has been deprecated in Java 9. There are overloaded wait methods. These methods are used for inter-thread communication and synchronization of Java's built-in monitor mechanism. Clone creates a shallow copy of the object. For deep copying, you need to implement the clonable interface and override the clone method. Compare to compares one object to another for ordering. It is commonly used in classes that implement comparable interface for natural ordering. And now we come to the bonus questions. What is Big O notation? This is the question I often got asked in interviews. Big O notification is a way to describe how the runtime of an algorithm grows as the input size increases. It helps to compare and analyze the efficiency of algorithms. I have listed the O notations in the order of performance of an algorithm. O1 is the fastest performing algorithm, constant time. Log n is a logarithmic time. N is linear time. N log n is linear arithmetic time. List the Java collections rated in terms of Big O. They sometimes want you to compare a hash map to a linked list to an array list. So let's have a look at this. You can see that the following hash set, linked hash set, array list, hash map, when it comes to inserting data into these collections, they have the fastest performance. And tree set, tree map have slower performance for insertion of data. If we look at access, the linked list is much slower than the array list. You see, the array list gives you random access, so it's faster to access information, and the linked list is slower. It's got to scan the whole list until it finds it. And this is what we are describing in this Big O notation, the difference between the linked list's performance in searching and the array list's performance. They often ask you this, and you need to be able to explain that the array list is O1 and not the linked list. The linked list is ON. When it comes to deletion, however, the linked list is a 1 and the array list is now slower. The array list is quicker to insert but slower to delete. So that's the difference actually between array list and linked list in terms of the Big O notation.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our Java interview questions video. Your dedication to learning doesn't go unnoticed. and we're truly grateful for your ongoing support. We believe that the insights shared in the video have added value to your understanding. Your engagement fuels our motivation to consistently deliver content that matters. If you haven't already, we encourage you to hit that subscribe button. Your subscription not only keeps you informed, but also inspires us to keep creating informative videos. We're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Your feedback on the questions and answers discussed is invaluable in shaping our content to better serve you. For those of you hungry for more learning opportunities, becoming a patron opens doors to exclusive benefits, including complimentary training courses in PDF format.